Well, hello and welcome to Guitar Gear Gyan with me, Sahil Jaktiani, where we talk about all things related to the Indian guitar gear scene. And in today's episode, I'm showcasing my beautiful Made in Mexico Strat. This body's been with me for a few years, but I've recently blinged it up, baby. Look at it, it's blinged out. It's completely blinged up. But before we get into that, make sure you click that subscribe button and ring that bell to stay up to date with all our latest videos. So this guitar, well, this body has been with me for almost, I think, 2008. So yeah, it's been like 15 years. The original neck from this, well, there's a story behind that. I think I've already spoken a little bit about that in the Vanity Strat episode. If you haven't seen that, go and check it out. It's in the card above. In that episode, I talk about how a so-called luthier, it's not even worth being called a guitar tech, to be very frank with you, from Bangalore, just ruined the frets on that completely. I mean, it was like they were non-existent after he did a leveling. I mean, it was too much material taken off the frets. And then to fix that, I thought, okay, let's, get it refretted. And it went to Pune, yada, yada, yada. There was a huge story behind that. It didn't happen well. And then I had to give it to somebody else in Pune. Then finally I got it back, worked on it a little more, and that guitar was born. Anyway. Yeah, it's now got EMGs on it from the Pinky Strat, so there's going to be something coming up with the Pinky Strat soon. Speaking about the Pinky Strat, if you haven't seen that episode where we assemble that beautiful guitar, the David Gilmour pickups were originally on this body. Okay, it was on this body for almost like 13-14 years. Okay, then they were on the Pinky Strat, and then basically they went to, Pinky Strats, yeah, okay. And then they went into that Strat now. So, okay, so then I was just left with the body, and I needed a neck. So I ordered a neck, which I liked from Thomann, sent it to someone in Germany who brought it down for me. And yeah, I mean, it looked beautiful. It still feels beautiful at the back. But there are fret ends on this, okay? I was quite surprised that an MIM neck of this caliber has fret ends, and pretty sharp. Not square Chinese style fret ends, but fret ends nonetheless. But the nut, I mean, that nut was cut so badly. It was insane. I mean, you would normally expect to have at least one, credit card distance, from the first fret till the bottom of the string. But when you're pressing the third string down, but I mean, there was quite a lot of gap. I mean, 3 credit cards worth of gap. That was pretty bad. Okay, so well, not credit card actually, it's more like greeting card. Yeah, so I had to cut that down, sorted that out, sanded a bit of the edges also. They were sticking out from the nut, so that was not well finished Fender. Your aftermarket necks need to be improved, definitely. Okay, for me that was an eye-opener to share with you that not everything made by Fender is always good, even the MIM products need a little bit of work. Then I got these beautiful gold tuners, okay, and I got this 3-string string tree from America. I'll find a link for this and I'll leave it in the description below, okay. Moving on to the body, I basically got this gold anodized pickguard, aluminum pickguard. From America. I had somebody bring that down. Fender neck plate with Fender gold screws. These are those Dunlop gold colored strap locks. Okay, original Fender bridge with the tremolo arm, looks beautiful. The guitar fetish knobs. Okay, these I think I have done a guitar fetish unboxing at some point where yeah, I think it was a Nightmare one where I got those two knobs. Go and check that out if you haven't seen that. Okay, and they just look amazing on this guitar. The original block that came with this, okay, had an issue with it in the sense that it was a thin block, and now I've put a thick, beautiful brass block at the back with a brass claw and brass screws also with that. Looks amazing, feels beautiful, sounds amazing. Okay, and that big block allows me to basically put a small spring inside this cavity, and this tremolo arm basically moves about a lot better. It doesn't just fall down or doesn't hit the knobs, you know, which it was doing earlier with a thin block. So it's an upgrade for sure. Now let's talk about the electronics. Okay, yeah, Fender switch tip, and these are gold plated strings. I think these are the pyramid ones, similar to the ones that are made for Brian May, you know, his 9 to 42 set. I'll leave a link for these strings also in the description below. This set of pots, selector switch, basically is from Obsidian Wiring, which is a solderless wiring kit, and you can, you know, screw in the wires. It was amazing. It was really good fun working with that. And for someone who hates soldering like me, it was very nice. And of course, I put a gold colored pure tone output jack, Fender output jack plate as well with that. Looks amazing. For the pickups, I've got a Thornbucker Plus 53 mm to match the spacing. It's like a Trembucker. It's my favorite, you know, bridge pickup for Strats. I love it. I think it sounds amazing. I've put a V60. This is reverse wound, reverse polarity. So basically sets up really nicely. The Obsidian wiring is a 7-way wiring. So basically in positions 1 and 2, you can basically blend in the neck pickup. So you have 7 options tonally. That takes me to the playthrough. Ashwin, clean, crunch, high gain, all 7 options on the guitar. Let's get to it. That was the playthrough. What did you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Does it sound as beautiful as it looks? Well, you can't go wrong with a Thornbucker Plus. I think it's just a no-brainer. I have that on my Strandberg. If you haven't seen the Strandberg review, which I did, I mean, go check it out. It's a beautiful sounding guitar, and that sounds pretty similar to this, although I do hear a lot of differences because of the strings. Okay, I don't think so much so for the electronics. I think the strings do play a massive part, very bitey. Could be the brass block also, adding a little bit more bite to it and sustain to it. I'm definitely going to do a shootout with this guitar and the Strandberg, comparing the two, because they both have the same pickups, but they sound quite different. Okay, that's interesting for those people who say that the wood, nothing matters, it's just the pickups that matter. We'll find out. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so in my opinion, sounded great. Okay, I love this look of this guitar. Yes, the neck needed a bit of work, so be aware about that. Those of you buying Fender aftermarket necks, don't expect you know, a perfect neck out of the box. It's going to need a bit of work. Okay, so be aware about that. But other than that, I mean, these parts are amazing. I feel really blessed to have this guitar looking the way it does. Plays brilliantly. So all in all, for me, this is definitely a double thumbs up.